no, you. So did anybody else in this call expect a number to take out a named character?
Not
A name
really.
character is a part of a character with a name, like one of those samurais with a name in the
This
background.
guy here. Yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
like
Well,
yeah, nah.
that one number did tell another number, and that's a named character.
what?
Oh
But
my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah, like one, like I didn't personally, I just didn't feel like there was no tension in like with the whole war section of one. Like it didn't really feel like a war. The primary highlight of the redeeming quality, of course, of the war section, which everyone wants to associate with the war, is rooftop and the Kaido versus Luffy fight, and of course Sanji versus thing. Those are the highlights. But besides that, like if we look back, there were a lot of like sus stuff.
So Zoro wasn't
Like,
good.
wait, what?
The Zoro fight wasn't good.
No, the Zoro fight was disappointing. Sorry, I'm not trying to even hate on Zoro, but just the fight was not that good. I'm sorry.
I like Zoro's fight. I
Like it
like
should have been longer. Like probably my personal preference, but it should have been longer.
Y'all
Knowing a
kept
first division,
complaining that he shouldn't be able to fight him. He got all that damage from Kaido. Oh, he took the miracle cream. Man, that don't mean nothing.
Miracle Cream.
yeah, it's kind of strange that Luffy took 12 hours with like Cracker and 12 hours with Karakuri. Then like Zoro beats it first division command in 30 minutes. It is kind of sus,
I
right?
don't think it was 30
Bro,
minutes.
it's
I
the
think it was a good
power
hour.
creep. We're here.
What? But here, so you telling me? So you tell me the Zoro that fall? Oh, come on, crazy.
Dog, what were you supposed to struggle all our like? We're fighting a Yonko commander. He had to have a power creep. What are we talking
I
about?
never.
Even with the
Should have
power
been.
cream, he was still struggling against King. King was a tough opponent.
What you
He's
saying
still
now?
not the Zoro that fought like in this situation, right? He's still not doing nothing against Cracker or Katakuri the same way Luffy. Just being
Yeah,
honest.
Hey, that's cap,
Yeah,
man. Hey, yo, you
so
stop, man.
so both
It's
Zoro,
Zoro not beating Cracker?
what Zoro are we talking
Oh,
about? After
Zoro,
Yo,
Wano
Zoro
Zoro
come
beat
on,
or
Cracker.
before Wano
man.
Zoro
Zoro?
beat
Yo,
Cracker.
yo, you're wildin'.
okay. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Before when we got the whole cake island,
Yeah.
who armament hockey do you think was stronger, Luffy's or Zoro's?
Who had a better proficient who's
No, just
more
who do
proficient
you
at armament hockey, or whose armament hockey was stronger?
both?
but
Well, no, because
That's
Zoro,
different.
Zoro with his sword can cut through Cracker's biscuits.
You think so?
Yeah,
That is fact.
yeah.
Okay, so you saying
But
Zoro's armament
Luffy's
hockey is
hockey,
stronger?
no, Luffy's hockey is stronger.
Okay, so what you saying is with the proficiency then, so how does that, because like Luffy said his armament hockey was tough, like it's the strongest I can come up against.
Hmm.
So Zoro's isn't stronger than Luffy's. Zoro's not cutting Cracker's armament hockey nor his business.
Yes, he is, bro.
Yeah,
Nah,
you
he's not.
wildin',
What's
bro.
up, Mike?
It's almost like comparing like Luffy punching Pika to Zoro cutting Pika. Zoro's gonna cut Pika a whole lot more easily than Luffy can punch Pika.
yo, that's bro. That's,
How would that? No, like Luffy would be able to smack people. Like we saw him literally do that in the castle, where he was well, I mean Pika moved, but we saw that. Like he was
yeah.
able to, constantly
I feel
destroy
like
a lot of enemies.
Magnus. Yeah, with Gear 30, he obliterated Pika.
Yeah, like nah, if Luffy got his hands on Pika, bro, he's out of there.
No, I'm not saying that he can't do it. I'm saying that Zoro cutting him is easier. Just like Luffy punching Kaido versus Zoro cutting him.
I was about to say
Zoro was able to cut him because it was a blade.
it's
Yeah,
like it'll be
punches were more
easier.
effective.
It'll be easier for
But
Zoro to cut somebody
what
like Katakuri than it would be for Luffy just punching him.
Why is that the case? Like Zoro would not be able
yeah,
to cut Katakuri either because he can't hit him.
It's just a bigger surface area.
No,
It's like you
no,
can grab the nigga.
no. What do you mean he can't hit?
Now,
Curry's not dodging a whole slash with his whole body because he can't form. He's not Logia.
Right, exactly.
He's getting hit.
He's getting
by
hit.
a slash.
Yeah, he's getting hit by a
No, he's
slash.
not.
No, he's not, bro.
He is.
Curry doesn't hit him.
Kyler Curry can still dive. Like
Yeah,
he can
still
he can just
right.
into a ball of motion and
Right.
dive going
He
underneath.
can do that. Yeah, exactly. He can do that.
Why would
saying like he's like a Logia?
Right. He's not. Yeah, exactly. He's not a
Yeah.
Logan.
It's not a Logia, but he can still dive. Like he can still see it coming.
Right. Right. I'm just saying it would be easier.
Like, yeah, I'm saying like to shift his body. You know what I'm saying? That shit like how he did against Luffy. That's not gonna work
Right.
against Zoro. That's why
y'all really out here saying because Buddy got a weapon.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right.
I got Kyler Curry beating Zoro, but I got Zoro beating Cracker.
Yeah, that's
He's
crazy.
not
You don't
Cracker.
think Zoro could beat Cracker? You don't think Sanji can beat
I don't-
Cracker?
Why would I think?
You don't think Sanji can beat Cracker?
I don't think Sanji can beat Cracker.
Oh wow.
why?
Why not? No, wait.
Hey,
John,
Gamer
why
was
not?
with you until you said that.
Yeah. Because with the healing factor of Sanji, I think he's outlasting Cracker.
What healing factor, dog? What are you talking about?
What story are you
Wasn't a lot, man.
reading? What story are you reading? What story are you reading?
You talking about
Post Awakening Sanji has a healing factor. You know that, right?
his exoskeleton?
No. He got powers, plural powers, not only exoskeleton when he Post
If
Awakening.
he had a healing
Okay.
factor, why did he have to get all bandaged up and healed up by those women? He even passed out.
Bruh, you're tripping.
I still want to know where Gaiman got this healing factor from.
Go read. Go back. Go back and read it.
Shut up.
That's funny.
Sanji's Wolverine and Deadpool walking around here now.
That's funny.
Healing factor isn't like restoration or ultimate regeneration. Like, come on, like that's not what a healing factor is. It doesn't have to just be that of that magnitude. But he go back and read it. He's got a healing factor.
Gaiman is the person that says that Luffy's devil fruit won't let him do whatever he imagines him to do, even though the story said it was. But then also said that Sanji has a healing factor, and the story don't say nothing about no damn healing factor.
Punch. No, what I said is Luffy can't create another universe. And you said yeah, he can because the Goro State said so. That's what you said.
No, you said you said that you literally said that he couldn't do whatever he imagined.
Yeah, no, that's not. I said there's limits. There's obvious limits that if you just use your brain, they imply like he can't create another universe if you imagined it, right? And you said yes, he could. If he imagined, he could create another universe. What you? I said no. Come on, just use your brain. And you're like, no, he could create a black hole. That's what you said.
Yep. Yeah, I did,
Funny.
and I stand by it.
That's funny.
Okay. Yeah. See?
Game, were you finished with your
Soliloquy.
yeah.
Yeah. My bad. I give Wano a 7.5 out of 10.
Bro, I can't. He gave the
Maybe
rooftop. He gave the raid a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. It wasn't that great. Just solely if you put that if you just include the raid as a solo arc, it's a 5 out of 10.
A 5 out of the raid as a solo arc. 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The raid had the best parts.
Exactly.
Punch. Go ahead and tell us, man. What do you think about Wano, man?
Worst, but best.
What do I think about Wano?
Yeah.
I think overall it was a good arc. I feel like there's a whole lot of. I think Oda got too ambitious and put a whole bunch of plots that we probably never gonna get answers to. Which it sucks, but it is what it is. But if I was to rate Wano, I would give it an 8 out of 10, just because We got Roger and Rightbeard. We got Kyle, Big Mom, Odin. You got Rufus. You got a lot of high highs, a bunch of awesome ass fights. Like most of the fights I like. I wish the Tokyo Robo fights would have been longer, but most of the fights I like.
Right.
But I don't like how the fight between Kaido and Luffy ended at all.
Right.
I feel like that shit there was anticlimactic.
Got it.
I don't like the way I don't like Orochi dying in private.
There we go. Talk about the downfalls, Punch. My nigga. Talk about it.
I keep thinking, like, as soon as the wheel starts rolling, you're gonna be calling out a lot of stuff.
Like Orochi dying in private was like, I felt like there was so many opportunities missed there. So many opportunities.
Basically, Kaido and Orochi died in private, but for real.
Right.
Ridiculous. The main two niggas. Do y'all think Big Mama dead for real? Big Mama Kaido dead for real?
Big Mom, probably.
Hey, yo, man, Yeet never stops. Like, his hate for Big Mom just doesn't stop. Any chance he gets.
There's no hate. It's been fact. It's probably.
I don't think they're dead. And one of the biggest reasons is because Oda himself said that Luffy don't kill his opponents.
Yeah, but Big Mom got fucked up by Kid and Law, so there's a chance she could be dead.
I was about to say, what if Luffy? But Luffy didn't kill him. The lava did.
The lava did.
But Luffy knocked him into the lava.
But then that means I knew is stronger than Kaido.
Yeah.
That lava ain't killed him, man.
Yeah.
He was lava when he went down there.
Right. His whole body was covered in fire already. Like.
If that happened, bro, that's another L for the Wano arc. One more.
What arc? I'm not finna.
The Wano arc.
I can't even call this Wano now.
Mr.
But I saw something on Twitter the other day that it was true as hell. Sanji got more character development than Wano than fucking Zoro did.
Yep.
That is
They
fact.
doubled up on Sanji 2 arcs in a row.
Sanji's development was kind of
What
crazy.
development? He said in Whole Cake he didn't want to be like his family. He said the exact same thing here. So I mean,
And then he had accepted that part of him. That they took out Queen.
I agree to that too.
Yeah, that's more than zero development. Like, Zoro got zero development.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
he went through the
hilarious.
whole back and forth. He went through the whole back and forth with the raid suit. Then finally he said, fuck this, I don't need the raid suit. I'm getting rid of it. Then he went through the whole thing of, well, damn, am I really a monster? Then he was like, you know what, fuck it. If I gotta be a monster and that's what it takes, then I'm gonna be a monster. But then he realized that he really wasn't a monster. Like he had a whole lot of fucking development.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah, like his fight literally had an arc in his fight, and that's what a lot of the other fights were missing.
I want to defend Zoro real quick. Zoro said, "Give it back." He said, "Give it back." When the sword took his haki.
Chill out, man. I hate this nigga, bro. I hate this nigga, bro. I can't stand this nigga, man.
Hold on. They're trying to say something.
But y'all Zoro niggas is
How y'all saying Zoro had zero development when he had just unlocked contact hockey?
Yeah.
No. I wasn't agreeing with the zero. I was just saying that Sanji had real great development. That's what I was agreeing with.
Yeah. I said Sanji had more.
I
didn't say Zoro had none.
game with the zero development.
How did Sanji have more than Zoro?
But
That
Zoro,
this nigga 9 step into the fight for Zoro.
Yo, this is crazy.
I would never see it.
I love it.
No,
I love it.
no.
Go ahead. Look at nonsense character development. Look at it. Look at it.
I didn't even have
What about Zoro as a character changed?
Yeah. None. We're talking about
He
concept
stopped.
He
power.
got some cheat.
He learned the true meaning of Tsunachi, which is to fight without.
Did he learn that though?
He did. That's what the whole fight was about. No, because he
Did he actually learn that?
That's what Emma was forcing him to do. He was always holding a little back, so he didn't give all his haki to Emma.
So essentially, Zoro just became more of a meathead.
basically, that nigga had.
Hey, chill out, man. Stop. Stop. No, man. That's an actual. You know what I'm saying? He's further along the path of the actual. You know what I'm saying? Philosophy of a swordsman.
Conqueror's hockey is not character development. Also, it's just a strength.
Yeah,
Remember,
it is when you tie it. It is when you tie it to, you know what I'm saying.
When I'm comparing it to Sanji, both Zoro and Sanji both unlock new powers in Wano, right?
Yeah.
And so we can all agree they both unlock some kind of new power in Wano. But Sanji,
why are we skipping the fact that we get another Zoro flashback though?
When do we get a?
I mean, but we ain't got that though.
We did during King's fight. Yeah.
Yeah, but what did that do? What did that do for Zoro as a character?
He realized that he had to give himself up to the sword.
Yeah, exactly.
No, his whole flashback was like, oh, that guy really was from Wano.
But it's what it led him to believe, though. Like he started, yeah. He gave up his.
I caught a pun on pants.
I keep trying to tell you, I like Zoro and Sanji equally. Y'all be believing me and shit.
That's funny.
Yeah, I like that.
Look, as far as Zoro's character development, bro, like we all know Zoro going in, he this type of way sword character, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, he gonna do his own thing. He gonna fight for Luffy. He gonna ride for him in that way. But with his character with being a swordsman and knowing the way of the sword and having to learn that and develop that and understand what that meant, that's what Grand and Black is saying. I agree 100% on that. For me, also, I was gonna say like, just the fact that we've seen him save people and stuff like that before, but it's kind of also about this dude really out here changing up his fighting style in the fight with King. He had to change up a little bit of how he
Well, how's that character development? Like what we discovered Zoro
but that's what I'm saying. We've already seen that from Zoro. We've seen that from Zoro when he fought Mr. One. He had to change up his fighting style and had to learn a new way of doing things.
Not in that manner. Like that was a different lesson. Was like power. Yeah, it was like the fact that he had to learn to be calm. Yeah, sure, and to understand like when and when not to cut. We already know he know how to do that. So that I agree with you saying on that. I get that. But in this fight with King, he had to learn to like cut this dude, when not to cut this dude because his fire is on, all this other stuff. Like it's more of a fight how it is with Sanji as opposed like if they were swapped, right? Zoro would have bodied Queen too because it's straight power. Zoro power against Queen would have been just what it is. And that's what Sanji needed. Sanji needed power. With King and Sanji, it's strategy. You know what I'm saying? So it's Zoro had to learn a little bit more strategic way as far as they going and fight. And it's like now that also applies to his character. because this is something else that's gonna grow in that
That
When
aspect.
he fights
Because
Shiryu
that
and when he fights Mihawk. Because
that
he's
was a
gonna have to fight
one.
invisible.
Yo, no, I'm not trying to like sound like a Zoro hater, but like look like using your brain is not character development, bro.
I'm
Like
not.
Zoro has a functioning.
I'm not trying to
What?
sound like a Zoro hater, but let me hate on Zoro real quick.
He's weaker without fire and he's strong without fire. That's not character development, bro. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm not saying like to a great degree that it is, but it's still more development. Like
No,
it's still something else before that he hasn't like necessarily been, because he's always been the one to like, all right, let me just blow through this shit. Even with Mr. One, like he had to understand if he was strong enough to cut. Still, he just had to learn like, oh, okay, I need to control this sword in order to ways to cut steel. And then in this, like Black and Grand said, you know what I'm saying? He had to essentially let go of that control and just pour all of himself into the blade and stop holding back.
and that's the thing about it. I actually agree with you, Nap. Like everything that you're saying, I agree with. That's why I said that Zoro does have character development. I just think Sanji has more, just because of, I feel like after Whole Cake Island and then going into this, we got to see like a whole thing with Sanji as far as him actually accepting that I am a Vinsmoke. I don't got to claim the name, but this is a part of me. Let me utilize every bit of me, this, that, and the other. Like I felt like in Wano, it was teased that Zoro is a Shimosuke and he's related to the Shimosuke, but we didn't get no payoff for it. Like no payoff at all, as far as Ryuma, as far as Ushimaru, as far as any of the Shimosukes for that matter. It was just a whole bunch of hints.
Why do we didn't need that?
But in my opinion, we do, just because almost like because just about everybody else on the crew, well, I ain't gonna say everybody, like folks like Luffy, folks like and Sanji, things like that or whatnot, them learning more about themselves has helped them. Whereas Zoro, he basically like a loner out there. Like there's depths to Zoro that if we didn't get it in this arc, I don't know that we'll ever get it, especially if One Piece supposed to be ended in 3 years.
Yeah,
We're not getting it. Let's go ahead and say it.
No, I mean, I can see why you're saying it, but like at the same time, it's not really like Zoro's character doesn't necessarily need that in order to grow. Zoro already went in understanding like the type of person that he was. He's not. It's not like much to really think about with Zoro. He's kind of a straightforward guy, kind of like Luffy. But for Luffy, like we had more as far as obviously with Ace and Sabo, right? Zoro, granted, we don't have the backstory on that. We don't really know all the other stuff, but we know Kuina. Kuina was the only person he ever really like had in his life and was gone. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, then it's like, all right, well, he's literally living his life for her and trying to achieve this goal. You know what I'm saying? Both their goals or whatever for, you know what I'm saying? So that's all we really need. It's kind of like straightforward. Now, if there's more to it, I'll accept that. But we didn't necessarily need it here just because he's a swordsman in Wano and he happens to be a Shimosuke.
But it's not even 100%.
Valley, you
Mike
we
is
can't
doing
hear
it
you.
again.
We can't hear you.
Oh, that's me, my
As a
bad.
character over
Yeah,
time
Valley, you going in and out.
becoming a different person.
Valley,
It's like
Valley, hold on, Valley, Valley,
be him
Valley, hold on, bro, hold on. You going in and out. You muffled.
Black's hockey.
actually.
I don't think he can hear me.
Ali, wait, man.
I
Please.
really don't think he can hear me.
That conquers hockey, man.
Yeah, Black is folding, man.
That McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Hey, Valley. I think it's where
Like
he's
his
at.
actual ideals or something. Like Sanji didn't really.
Hey, this nigga really has been
This
talking
nigga-
for like 2 minutes.
Can you hear?
Valley.
Valley.
You cut out the whole time. Nobody
Valley,
heard you.
we didn't hear shit you said.
He just cut. He keep cutting back in, talking shit. But like Sanji,
Don't want to text him to stop because he can't hear.
Damn, that's rough. Poor dude.
Valley. Oh man. Reed's out. Yeah, you know, Conquer's hockey too strong. Had him paralyzed.
Didn't Grant call him?
Paralyzed
Call
with fear.
Green Bull Green
Yeah.
Cow?
You hear me now?
Here you
Yeah.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Barely.
Am
Yeah, you.
It's
Yeah,
like
you still
every it's like every other word.
I
Yeah.
still going in and out?
That was good. Wherever you are at, stay right there, stay stationary, and go.
See if your Discord needs an update, Bailey.
Nah, it's fine.
All right, so I'm good. I can go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm back to going in and out.
Okay, there you go. Right
No,
there.
All I'm
bro.
saying is this nigga's all what?
Go ahead. Damn.
I'm gonna move. Like think about shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as like how he is as a character. I'm not saying he had to change. It just never. He's never had any real. He never had to overcome a situation where he was forced to change his ideals or to think about them more deeply. It was just, I'm a muscle through everything. I want the man to change. I just want somebody to come up and make him like think twice about how he feels about everything, pretty much. Like no one challenged how he thought about shit. It was just, I'm a fight.
Yeah.
It was never like, oh shit, maybe this dude is right because A, B, and C. It was just, you know.
You know what's crazy? The reason why a lot of people like Zoro is the same reason why you saying you don't like his character, bro.
No, like
I'm not saying that a character never had a chance. A character outside of him never came along to challenge that. Like, I'm not saying that he wouldn't. I'm not saying I want him to do that. It's just Oda never put a character in front of him strong enough to make him reconsider. Like he never got beat so bad that it would get to that point.
He definitely did, bro. Like you
at the beginning of the story, I'm talking about we're talking about Wano right now. Like, don't go out to other parts of the story. I'm talking about in Wano right now.
Okay, so in Wano, he had to essentially then think about how he was going to fight King in order to win with this time limit on him because he know the body was essentially about to pass out. So with him being, because typically Zoro fights are a lot longer, and they couldn't be in this moment in time. So he had to rush through this fight, and the process of rushing through it, he had to remain calm and still figure out what it is that was going through with King and how he was able to do what he was doing. And in that process, he had to learn what I can't keep holding back. I gotta. If this is what it is as far as with the sword, I have to allow this out, like to come out. Can't hold. I can't feel like I need to be in control because that's always been Zoro's thing. I gotta tame this blade. I gotta tame this blade. I gotta tame this blade.
Right. It was an internal thing. And remember my whole right.
Wano, you had to have a relationship with the blade from Hyogoro to Luffy, as well as with Zoro being there.
Okay, but remember my whole gripe was about an external character. You just said it. The whole fight was him taming the blade. It wasn't really about King like that. As soon as he figured out that weak ass shit, like that weak strategy, flame on, flame off, like that really wasn't shit he had to figure out for real. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was really the sword and the fact that his body was fucked up. So what I'm saying is he needed a character that one, at least matched him and his ideals. Like he didn't fight an actual swordsman. If there was a swordsman there, and then there was some kind of like swordsman honor thing that he had to face, that's more what I'm talking about. King wasn't even a swordsman, so he didn't even have to focus on the fact that King was doing like non-swordsman shit. Like I'm talking about like somebody who calls himself a swordsman, who has the honor of a swordsman, and then makes him question his like validity as a swordsman or something along those lines. He's only been fighting people that are fake swordsmen. They're kind of like reinforcing his ideals that, hey, since I chose the actual way of the sword, everything I'm doing is right. He hasn't had anybody to
Let me
kind of
ask
like
you this.
turn
But
his world on its head.
why
Let me
can't
ask you
that
this.
be Mihawk that does that?
Well, that is Mihawk, but
And because that's the final fight of the story. We have so much story to go that for
But
that to happen
if
at the end,
that's your
your
ultimate
console.
goal, yeah, if that's your ultimate goal, like why wouldn't that be the final
why
lesson you
why
learn?
why why would Mihawk turn your you talking about like when he met Mihawk at Monkey Island, at the Monkey Kingdom? He did that
No, I'm saying
Oh no,
why wouldn't that final fight be like what you're saying?
because we wouldn't get a chance to see the outcome of that and him grow from that experience, because that'd be like the end of the story.
I'm gonna say
Like
Mihawk's already done it twice though.
like
We wouldn't be real. Mihawk's already turned
that's
Zoro's head
that's
upside down twice.
that's how it is for samurai a lot of times. Like that's what happens. It's like life and death in the sword. So in most cases, like you don't really always get to see the a story, a part two to this story. A lot of times, it ends there. It's almost like a western. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of things, is you have this journey, then you get to the end of this journey, and that's it.
Yeah.
no,
I,
no. We've seen old samurai stories where niggas get trained by like their master, and they have the Ichimon style or some shit, and they fight a whole bunch of other niggas from different schools, and they see people who kind of master their style, who totally master their style, and they may overcome them, but then we'll see somebody blend styles together and beat his ass and be like, damn, maybe just my one style isn't enough. Maybe I need to put in X, Y, and Z style to make my style better, and they have to
And
reflect
that's
upon
what Zoro
what they've
did.
learned, and then
He
they
had one
fucking
sword style.
shit.
He
Then
couldn't
they've
do it.
changed up.
Use two sword
yeah.
style. Couldn't do it. Use three sword style to compete
That's the
with Queen.
beginning of the story, bruh.
That's
Like
training though.
he set as a sword style person at the beginning of the story. Then we see the
Yeah.
backstory of him as a kid learning the basics of it. I'm talking about when he already has dedicated himself years of being a three sword style, and then learning from somebody else. Or maybe you can hold your sword like this, or maybe there's a cool backhand style, or maybe you can fucking use air pressure or something. I'm talking about like stuff like that.
Did
Yeah,
all of
man.
that
He did
shit.
all that. I was about to
Yeah,
say,
what
yeah,
are
he
you
literally
talking
did all that.
about?
He did
He
all
did
that,
Yeah,
all those things. Yes.
bro.
I
No,
think
look at
Learning
Skypiea.
from
Look
you.
at Skypiea. Look at Skypiea. He said, I'm
Skypiea,
gonna
he
learn
learned
this
air
three
pressure.
attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and he used one sword style. He didn't even use
like
three at the time. And
Who
then we
used
see Inazaki.
who
We see
used air
Inazaki.
pressure against him, beat him, and then he learned it and then came back and beat that person? Who?
yo
Why did
Valley. I think they
why do they have to
different
use
like
air pressure?
what character development is, to be honest, because like I think that's the only issue here. Like we have different interpretations of what character development is. They think
I know what
it's
you mean
God.
by character development. I'm just saying with Zoro, it's a little different. Like Zoro's not gonna have like the same type of development as Sanji and Luffy. Sanji and Luffy are more emotional characters. That's why they have that connection. That's why their relationship is like that.
Especially
Zoro and
Sanji.
Luffy are more like strength-based characters, like power, going through adversity, and this like willing themselves, which is why you see both these two having conquerors hockey. Like
But,
that's
what
why
I
they're synonymous in that
what
way.
I
Like, the character develops in the heat of battle. It's not
that's
going to be the
exactly
same
what
way it
I
is with
did.
Sonic. Because you could
But
the thing you said as far as like fighting another swordsman. When we seen Luffy fight somebody that has weapons, he fought Katakuri. That was the closest to it, and he got washed.
and that's
Kaido.
what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying that like that. Y'all say he learned air pressure, but he didn't learn it by
Even
fighting
outside of
someone
that,
who learned it
there was
and then
nothing that he
having
But
to
you
come
don't.
back
learned
But
from
you
and beat
don't.
that person
Katakuri
You
to
don't
again.
help
need to
to help
fight
with his
somebody who
character
has
development.
like. You don't have to have a mimicry style of fighting just to learn
I'm not.
something.
That was an example, bro. I'm
No, no, I
saying
know what you're saying. I'm just saying he fought in a fight that required him to learn a long ranged attack, and he learned it and was able to succeed in that fight.
And that's character development in the tradition, in the sense of philosophy.
Right, exactly.
and we bring it back because this is a Wano review. Now we'll
Right,
bring
right,
it back
right,
to
right,
Wano.
right.
Y'all keep going back to pre-time skip when them niggas was kids to bring some shit up in Wano. I'm talking about Wano
I
right
mean,
now.
but no, but
Y'all,
no.
that's how
Okay,
damn
I'm
time
back.
it is.
I'm
King
telling
Y'all
you.
gotta go
Haki in order
pre-time
to
skip to get
king.
examples of this nigga. Y'all gotta go when he's 8 years old to get examples of shit I'm talking about right now. This is the problem with
He had
Wano.
to use
If we're
Conqueror's
talking about
Haki,
strictly
and we
Wano,
had to
this
allow
nigga
him
Zoro
to
does
take all his Haki out in order to be able to do that. He had to do the same concept. He just had to do that in the fight with King.
in Wano, this nigga has not had character development. He's not really grown as a fighter, and he doesn't even know he has King's Haki, which y'all
That's
said
cap.
character development. It's crazy.
That's cap. That's cap.
Y'all
Yeah, like,
he knows he has
I
conqueror.
thought he just like figured out how to use it.
Valley, I think you're being a
Y'all
little
saying he
facetious,
knows that
though.
he has conqueror Haki.
I
My
really
whole
think you're
show-
being a little facetious.
Wano is the same Zoro individual poised Wano. That's what we mean. I mean, I
What's
mean at
wrong?
least.
What's wrong?
Zoro the individual pre Wano is the same as Zoro the individual post Wano. There's no difference.
Definitely
So
not.
it's
That's not
like,
true, though.
Definitely not.
That's not true.
so
Zoro
all the
that-
pages that was arguing
Y'all gonna-
Sanji's development and
How's he-
Zero's development.
If y'all bring up King's Haki and he doesn't know how to use it, it doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count as a person. How does that count in philosophy in his way of thinking? Like,
He
is
does
Zoro?
know how to use
Because
it.
he
And on
lives
top
his
of that,
life
he
through the
doesn't
way
know
of the
he has
sword.
it. He doesn't know he has
Zoro-
it.
Bro, that's literally saying like, hey, Frankie made General Frankie and he used it, and that's character development. No, he just gained the
No,
new.
it's not.
That's
No,
not.
it's
That's not like
That's
saying
not
that.
what we're saying at
That's not
all.
like saying
Yeah.
that at all. Yeah.
He
No.
did say that, but I don't want to accept it, bro.
We're not like look. It's literally the way of the sword.
It's the
and
way.
it's like, y'all don't wanna
Yeah.
take
That's
that.
how he
Y'all don't
lives
wanna
his
take
life.
that.
He's dedicated his
y'all want
entire
to-
life to being the
Bro.
world's greatest swordsman.
Exactly.
So much,
Then tell
so
me
much
how
to
he
the fact,
developed as a person if he doesn't know he has the ability.
so
Y'all
much to
still
the
have to
fact
accept
that
it.
if he doesn't become the world's greatest swordsman, he thinks he might as well be dead. That's
So
literally
y'all-
his philosophy.
Y'all gonna steamroll over my question about him not knowing how to use it.
Not know how
That
to
what
use
y'all-
I
what,
know how to use what.
The King's Haki. Y'all
bro.
told
He knows
Stop.
how to
He
use
knows how to
King's
use
Haki.
it.
y'all told y'all
He
niggas told
did
me.
know how to use
Y'all-
it against Kaido.
Y'all
He
niggas
wasn't aware.
told
And then in
me
the fight with
that
King,
Zoro does
he was
not know how
aware
to
of what he was
King's
doing.
Haki.
Bro,
Y'all
He
told
did
me.
not know how to use it against the fight with Kaido. Kaido made him aware. Oh, you have King's Haki. He had
said,
to what's the
what are you
name, and in the fight.
Yeah, he
in the
didn't know
fight
what that
with
was.
King, in
He
the
said,
fight
what
with
are
King,
you talking-
in the fight with King, he had to essentially let go. And in the process of letting go, that's now him consciously being aware of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because this again, this is the way of the sword. Him going through this path helps him understand Conqueror's Haki better. The same way Luffy doing different things helps him understand Conqueror's Haki better. The same way it would be for Sanji. It's going to be different, but it's still going to apply to that character. And because it's growth in that way, because it changes his mindset. Zoro had a lot of character growth and power growth, or whatever strength, however you want to look at it, in Wano. It's just not to the level of degree what other people were expecting or wanting. He's not an emotional character. You're not going to see that from him.
Yeah.
And no one's asking you to see that from him. We
That's
just
what
want.
you're saying, though.
That's not what we're saying.
Okay, well, I'm confused then. My bad.
What are you saying then?
Oh my God. I'm definitely not.
Yeah, let's just skip that whole thing.
It could be over in a split second. If I ain't got a minute, at least give me 6 seconds. I'm from the Midwest where niggas keep the Smith Wesson. They street fight like Mortal Kombat, but this Tekken. Niggas get hit up in they head and they midsection. I'm Danny Glover cause I'm lethal with